good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good night, or whatever, wherever you are, where I am in Southern California. It is Wednesday, December 22nd, 10:15 a.m. So, the cool thing about Facebook and YouTube is that you can access this 24/7. I love that. So, that's what we're doing. Trying to do, spreading the smiles. And I'm going to tell you something. You think, what can I do? I'm just one little person. Well, just look at this. Versus, don't you feel different? That's what one person can do. Trust me. So, are you ready? I like to read every day a silly little story, kind of give people something to smile about, as well as time to check in and tell us about you, or where you're coming from, or if you're there, or if you're not there. Yeah, be sure to tell us if you're not watching. Tell us if you're not here, okay? This is Miranda and the Panda. Oh, not and. Miranda the Panda. So that's a reason to smile, because you don't beat yourself up when you do a goof. You smile. It's okay, because we're human. We get to smile and laugh at being human. I heard someone say this morning about what a terrible mess the world's in. Well, there's no denying that, but it's not a first. That's what's important to know. It's been this bad before. It's been worse. Just go back through the history books, to see what Socrates and Aristotle have to say. I think Aristotle wrote a thing about it. Oh, children on minding their. He wrote everything. It's one of those things. You must have seen it on the internet. Just read this without knowing who wrote it and what date it is, and you read it through and say, yeah, this was written yesterday. Aristotle. So, and if you do history, like, I love history, except I didn't when I was in school, but I like it now. But I love reading about the 17th century children in France. It was like a big thing. The sun would go down and out would come the kids, and they just pounded everything with rocks. They killed people with rocks. They smashed whatever kind of vehicles they had. I started to say cars. There weren't any cars in the 17th century. Oy vey. I better just read. Okay? So nothing's new. Nothing. No matter what's happening, we can still find a moment for a smile, because it will change everything. It won't instantly rebuild your house that you just lost. But something about smiling, it gives you what you need inside to get done what you need to get done. Just saying. Ready? Miranda the Panda lived in a zoo where she slept and played and ate bamboo. Though she had lots of friends in this wonderful zoo, she wished she had something exciting to do. Look, there she is. There she is. Are you ready? Miranda the Panda. Then came the day when the gate was ajar. So she pushed the gate open, thinking, I won't go far. Oh, and when no one was looking, she left the fine zoo, hoping she'd find lots of fun things to do. Most of us have done this growing up, thinking the grass is greener on the other side. And then someone says, yeah, they water it more. We've heard all those. So we just have to bloom where we're planted. You might have heard that before. And then she went into town, looked all around, and started to walk towards the children's playground. When the little girl saw her, she said, oh, she's so cute, as she looked at the panda in her black and white suit. Though Miranda didn't know what the child was saying, she just stood there and watched as the children were playing. Mop shop. Then she left and kept walking till she saw lots of shops, including a shop that sold all kinds of mops. I should open one of those. Yum, 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 yum. And right next to that shop was a store that sold treats, but none that were fit for a panda to eat. Next, she walked past a store that sold wonderful toys, some meant for girls and some meant for boys. The first place she stopped in sold all kinds of hats. So she tried on a hat trimmed with lots of toy cats. She said, as she stood there, she thought, this looks silly on me. I think it looks cute. Anyway, so she left the fine store and sat under a tree. Next, she went to a shop where they cut and curled hair, but they couldn't help Miranda because she was a bear. They didn't do bear. Still, she stopped to show them her very large paws, and they said, we're sorry, but we do not paint claws. Wonder why. Then she went to a school where she caused such a fuss that she left the big school and jumped on a bus. Mm-hmm. She stood up in the bus because the seats were too small, and she thought to herself, this won't do at all. Her trip into town had kept her quite busy, but the ride to the zoo was making her dizzy. She jumped off the bus when it got to the zoo and walked through the gate thinking, nothing is new. I've missed being here, and though nothing is new, I'm happy I'm back at this very fine zoo. With all my friends and the zookeeper too, the best place for me is this wonderful zoo, where I play and sleep and eat green bamboo. And if you were me, you'd be happy too. So there you have it. We've spent almost 7 minutes. Sorry about that. So try to just keep smiling. Spread the smiles. You go out into the shopping centers that they smile at everyone, and they will smile, and they will smile, and they will smile. Blessings. Adios.